Hi, Blake. I wanted to talk to you about your work here. Okay, so the pre-production stuff, I like the colors that you chose. They're muted and they would work for an infographic, which is typically kind of a serious piece, and the bright blue there would work nicely as a highlight color. The font reminds me of the military. It's like that military stencil. The subhead looks good, the body text looks good. Labels for infographic, I guess you're going to make them that bold. That goes off the style guide a little bit. It's going to take precedence over this because usually bold is a way of saying pay attention to me. Language is okay. Other than that, let me move on to your infographic. All right, so one thing I mentioned in my notes for the last assignment was this isn't really enough for an infographic. You need to look at professional infographics. Usually they're a big explainer. They have more than one chart, and any kind of illustration in there is meant to explain. It's not merely decoration, which is what this tongue is. And the other thing, as far as the tongue is concerned, the teeth are so sort of jagged. It looks like this is a real negative piece and something's wrong. So if the bow here of the lip is right here and this is the center, then one tooth is sort of small and jagged, and there's another one over here. So it looks like something's amiss. Otherwise, so what's the most important information here? Top 10 non-English languages. So I would think the user would find whatever those are to be the most interesting. So possibly flip this bar chart to go the other way so it's easier to read these sideways words. And then also either put the commas in here or put 4.0, and then at the top you write in billions. Okay. All right, so those are my notes for this one. It's really just not enough. And look at my comments. I put at least one good link in there for you. And so my same comments apply to this. I do like how you colored the illustration. That's fabulous. But because the teeth look a little messed up and maybe vampire-ish, you're kind of implying the Rolling Stones or something's wrong, especially with the gray in the back. It's just not enough information for a infographic. All right, so these last 2.5 lines, that would be part of your source. So you already have that down here. So basically, if this is the body copy, I would make it at least 12 and rearrange the layout here. So since people read left to right and you want somebody to look at the page in a circular manner, consider the headline, and underneath that the paragraph of information, and then maybe your bar chart here, and then over here you could do a map, maybe a map of the world that had red indicator. I don't know, whatever. Just you would have to take your content and think about how you can present it visually. And if you're at a loss for examples, of course, look at the ones that I've provided throughout the class, or just look under infographics. You can see just typing that word alone into Google comes up with a lot of very busy charts and so forth that are chock full of information. So see what else you can add. That's really all I can suggest to you at this point. All right, bye.